Hey guys, this is Mongolian Mindset, and today we're gonna be helping one of our members from Discord find his personality type. You don't have to go into any like traumas or anything like that. But what you do say we will use to find your best fit type. Can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name's Mack. It's short for McKinley, and I'm 23 years old, and I am a college student right now, undergraduate, um, studying physics.
Oh wow, wow. What got you into physics, man?
Um,
What?
well, I would say I have like kind of crazy power fantasies, so I'm really interested in controlling matter and energy like at a fundamental level, essentially.
Hmm.
And honestly, I enjoy like that people think I'm smart because I'm doing physics. So I mean that's an interesting caveat.
Okay, okay. What do you like? Like, if you had an ideal job, what would it be, man?
Um, I would say like probably like a chief, either like a chief technical officer or like a chief scientist of a company. Um, yeah, pretty much something like that. I would consider being a CEO as well, but I don't think it like entirely suits my personality.
Hmm.
But I definitely want to work in the industry and like with a company. But I want to have like a lot of control or a lot of autonomy. I don't want to be like just like working for somebody and making like, I don't know, a median wage.
Okay, okay. What do you think holds you back the most, man?
Um, I would say that it's probably my obsession with having a perfect plan for things. And also, I would say the overall kind of like atmosphere or environment that I create from overthinking.
Shelly, anything?
Yeah. Just can you describe yourself when you're a kid?
Yeah. So that's an interesting part because so when I was a kid, I was a lot more outgoing. Um, and I really enjoyed learning from a young age. So like as I got older, I got more existential, but pretty much when I was younger, um, I could like memorize a bunch of things and it like carried me through up to like I would say junior year of high school.
Wow. You can memorize that well, huh?
Yeah, but it had a lot of downsides because I really didn't know how to like manage my time well in high school at junior year, and junior year is like the most important year of high school.
Hmm.
So that's kind of like where I fell apart. But I mean, it didn't really change many outcomes except for like knocking me down a peg in terms of like admission to college and like not getting the dream college. But either way, I think I mean it's a little bit overrated just because you like people tell you like, oh, you're so smart, you're so capable, and then you don't really have much of like a mentorship or anything. Just
Hmm.
they assume that you're going to get through.
Hmm. Man, uh,
When you
what school did you go to by chance? What was your dream school?
Um, um, that's the thing that's kind of interesting about it because like I never was like myself, I never created an idea of like, oh, I want to go to this school. I just wanted to go to like a really good school, and
Mhm.
everybody wanted me to go to Harvard. Um, but I didn't go to Harvard. I went to GW, George Washington University, and then
Mhm.
I transferred, and right now I'm at Kent in Ohio.
Mm. Another question. What'd you score in the SAT?
Um, I don't remember. I think it was like 15, 20 or something.
15, 20, pretty good, man.
Like 1600, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, pretty. You know your IQ by any chance?
No, I never like tested it or anything.
Okay. Shelly, anything?
Yeah. So when you have conflict, how do you go about resolving it?
Um, I would say that I try to convince the other person that I would say I try to overwhelm them with a sense of grace and to make them think that they are in control. And then I would say that I sort of avoid them, like, because they're usually the source of the conflict. So um, I chalk it up to like them being like, I don't know, emotional or something, because usually I don't have to deal with a lot of conflict.
Mhm.
What are some behaviors that make you angry?
Um, Probably like people who are really like unnecessarily loud. That's all I can really think of. Like I don't get angry that often, honestly.
What is it about like being loud that annoys you?
Um, because it disrupts my natural state. Like I don't know. Like um, if I'm being honest, like my mom is like the biggest culprit of it. But um, like it just makes me feel like I don't know. It's something like a sensitivity of the ears, or like I just feel like I'm not as in control
Hmm.
of them. That's like it's yeah. So it's like a nitpick a bit.
And how do you behave when you become angry?
Um, I
Like
usually
really angry with
either
people you're close
like
to?
yeah, with people I'm close to. So like it's only with my mom because I pretty much rarely get angry, but um, I just tell her like you're being really annoying, and I just I don't know, I'm kind of like passive aggressive with it like a little bit after, but with her, I feel like I'm the most aggressive. So I'm actually just kind of envisioning that I'd be more passive aggressive with other people, and with her, I'm more directly saying like I don't enjoy the noise, or I don't enjoy what makes me angry.
Hmm. What do you think is something that you're trying to work on, man?
Um, I think mindfulness is like a very practical thing that I could work on, because I feel like my brain is so full of thoughts that they're like automatic at this point. So it's so ingrained in my head to like create worries about kind of like my future. Um, and I still really can't get behind living in the present, just because I prioritize the future way more than I prioritize the present moment.
How do you feel in situations with people you don't know? Like, how do you interact, or how does that go?
Um, I think so. Pretty much what happens is I overestimate how much I can trust them, to have my best interest in mind. But at the same time, I have like I'm pretty much acting in my self-interest because I want to further certain discussions, like philosophical discussions or something like that. So with new people, I usually skip small talk, even though like I would say that's not like advantageous to captivate them. But I really just don't like using small talk, and I kind of just like choose people that I find interesting that are new, I guess, and act as if I've known them the whole time, which sometimes backfires and sometimes work. So I kind of have like a tight circle of friends that I'm used to, and I don't really go out of my comfort zone unless they're a potential like business partner or something like that.
Mhm. If I had to ask you, man, you could be any personality type. Which one would you choose and why?
Um, Probably I feel like the most balanced is intj, just because I feel like it's the best type for short lifespans. But hold on.
It's a short
Uh,
lifespans.
oh, yeah, because I feel like it's the best at like mastering certain subjects
Hmm.
and holding on to them for like maybe a short period of time, but they would learn really quickly. And
Hmm.
then, but I feel like the most um entertaining type would be, so like this I would say is the most like the objectively best type
Hmm.
is the ESTP, just because I think
ESTP.
it is like the most. So I'm into like I feel like it's the best conqueror. Like so I think
Hmm.
it's something in this current climate that we need more of, like more people who are like conquerors. And I don't think I'm anything like an ESTP, but I always like am drawn to people who are kind of like that.
I think you're confusing ESTP with ENTJ.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, ESTP isn't worried about conquering anything. They live in the moment, right? So if they live in the moment, what do they care about conquering? They just want to be left free to do their own thing and use SE to do that, you know?
Yeah, then that would definitely change my mind.
Like you're talking about a vision and stuff like that. Generally, your conquerors have a vision, right?
Yeah, that's true.
They're obsessed with a vision. You know, they're obsessed and they can't sleep without it. Like, and they need to TE accomplishments, you know, all to get all the
Yeah.
badges and medals. While ESTP doesn't really care about the badges and medals and things of that nature. So, but it makes sense why you would say that because your personality type is very fond of ENTJs. Your personality type is very fond of ENTJs. So I figured you would say that. But um, Shelly, anything?
Yeah, who's somebody that's well known that you relate to?
Um, the most balanced answer would probably be Bill Gates.
Why you say Bill Gates?
Um,
Sorry, man.
so
It's funny.
yeah, pretty much. I don't know. I heard this. I'm pretty sure C.S. Joseph said this,
Hmm.
but and I would kind of agree. Maybe in like maybe even like just in a meme sense, but
Hmm.
he's willing to sacrifice humanity. That's what, because he said that he's a shadow focused INTP is
Hmm.
what C.S. Joseph said, and so he essentially elaborated that that was because of or because of that typing, he'd be more willing to sacrifice humanity. And I think for maybe his own benefit, or just a greater cause in general.
Hmm.
And that's something that I would do. Not all of humanity, but something that I would do just because I feel like it's the most rational um mode of being.
Yeah, I mean, well, the thing about
Uh,
your personality type is that, like at the end of the day, if the ends justify the means, they'll do it. You know, if there's a greater cost at the end of the day, like if there's more, like let's say you sacrifice 50 people to save 100,000, you guys just gonna make that choice. And a lot of times, you guys can get to the point to where you believe what you have done research on and all of that is the best choice, and that's not always the best choice. You know, like Bill Gates, when he goes on his like things with like the vaccines and all that stuff, he has information at his disposal that other people don't. Um, and a lot of times, like he's making a decision from that information that he used, but most people don't have that information. You know what I'm saying? Like most people don't have
Yeah,
the information that Bill Gates has, so they don't see it from his perspective. So if they did have the information, then maybe they come to the same conclusion. You know, but your personality type has a very hard time of like talking to regular people and like being able to get them on the same page, if you get what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
talking to them and getting them on the same page. Like let's say if it was me or something, I'm very good at talking to people and be like, hey, this is my vision and articulate my vision and why. But see, like your personality type kind of like talks to people like they're PhD in physics. Like, bro, I'm not a PhD in physics. You got to dumb that down for me. You got to bring it down a notch, you know? You got to bring it down by two, three pegs, you know, but they'll talk to somebody like they got a PhD, you know, or something. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know why they do that. I don't know why you guys do that. It's like, yo, I don't know what you know. Bring it down. Simpler words for me. Stop, you know, talking like, you know, I'm reading a medical, you know, dictionary here, you know, like you got to drop it down a peg. So that probably my best advice for your personality type is to remember that everybody doesn't have the information that you have. So they haven't came to the same conclusion that you have. So maybe if you could dumb things down and make it more dumb it down and make it more simpler, kind of like the best of that is like Donald Trump. You know, he can talk to people and like they get the picture. It don't matter if you're 5 years old, you get what Donald is saying.
Yeah.
If an INTP can, well, shit, I shouldn't gave you type, but if they can work on that, then they can be a lot more effective in like getting things done.
So, more questions. What would you say the top three things are that are wrong with humanity?
Um, Number one is an adherence to tradition, and number two is um either that the ethics are so arbitrary or emotionally based, or that ethics are just not a good metric. And then number three would be um, the long term vision of humanity. It's just too, like, nobody actually thinks long term enough, essentially. I think people like Jeff Bezos thinks long term enough, but
Mhm.
um, not many other people, almost no one.
Well, I mean, you gotta remember, man, not a lot of people like have you know, introvert intuition, you know, like a lot of people you usually speaking, you need that to be long term. Um
Yeah.
and an INTP has it in their critic spot, which can be just as strong as the parent. So like, you know, they're pretty long term thinking. But a lot of people aren't like that. So, you know, they don't have NI and NE in good spots. And if you don't have those in good spots, then most of the time you're gonna be either looking at the past or you're gonna be living in the moment. It's just how it is. Um, but I do think a lot of people's NI isn't perfect, you know.
Yeah.
Like when they try to like cast a vision, I don't think it's perfect, you know. Like I may have a vision and Shelly may have a vision, and that could be totally different, you know. But I'm gonna push my vision and Shelly gonna push her vision, you know. So it's like who wins out here? And Shelly may beat me out and then have a shitty NI vision that she puts on the world, and then you know it is if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Shelly, anything
So,
else?
yeah. So, if you could do anything you wanted to for an entire year without limitations, what would you do?
Um, I would buy a bunch of land and um,
Sound like real estate.
probably, for some reason, I would just like build a bunch of libraries inside a bunch of houses,
Library.
um, and kind of hoard the. I would hoard the land.
He's never heard the
Yeah.
man. He's like Bill Gates, man. Oh God. Oh man. Man, if you couldn't read another book in your life, you know, what would you do? What would be
If
your
I
you can't
if I
read no more
couldn't,
books, no more article, none of that. What would be your plan?
um, well, it kind of coincides with my plan already, except for I'd have to rely on it more. But I'd surround myself with a bunch of people who are experts,
Hmm.
but I would essentially take their advice. This, like, I would take their advice this time. Instead of more of like focusing on utilizing them, I would kind of like connect with them
Mhm.
deeper. Um, but that was already a part of my plan, just not exactly the connecting part.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, so you don't plan on connecting with people?
Just some people, but not the people. If I had a business, I would not prioritize that.
Oh man. I mean, I think like I said, man, to get ahead in life, man, you got to work on connecting with people, man. If not, you have
Yeah,
a tough ass life, man. You'll be really surprised, man. Like logic out the window. Me personally, I've noticed the world is really ran by emotions, unfortunately. It's a sad thing, but it is so unfortunate. Um, but uh,
Okay.
like
If you
go
time
to
travel to any period of time, past or future, what would it be and why?
if I could do what?
time
Time
travel.
travel to
Time
past or
travel?
future.
Definitely the future. And because um even if it's in a significantly worse place, um I've always wanted to turn a dystopia into like, I don't know, an interesting uh like I'm like the main character of the dystopia or something, just because it's so like fed to us that like dystopian worlds are somehow like really captivating.
Man, man, you got ambition, man. You got ambition. I like that,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, you got ambition, man. So I mean, so what's up with the physics, man? So you got all this ambition. Why physics, man?
I just see it like fundamentally, if I know how all of the universe works, then I mean, I'm kind of thinking like Iron Man or anybody who like manipulates matter to
Hmm.
their will,
Hmm.
they could just run the world. And I feel like, yeah, I feel like, I mean, I feel like the technology is definitely where my head's at.
Hmm.
Um, and that's like, I mean, my goal is to create technology that, or actually more than create, but use technology to, I mean, dominate. I don't know, like have. I kind of just want to be like some supreme being. I don't know how. I don't know how I'd get there, but
Oh man, that's awesome, man. I haven't heard like somebody your personality talking like this, man. This is awesome, man. This is awesome, man. Keep it up, man. Um, shit. What was I gonna say? Shelly.
Yeah. Um, sorry, more questions. What's something you feel insecure about that in your personality?
Definitely
um,
connections.
yeah. When I talk to people, um, they're usually kind of like, okay, so like I make pretty good first impressions just based off of like aura, and then when I talk to people, they're kind of like overwhelmed with, I don't know, like information, or they're kind of like overwhelmed with something. So essentially, it doesn't necessarily turn them away, but it just makes it like I kind of feel like a zoo animal and that's like kind of like stuck. And it's like, sure, I get to be like the best tiger, but I can't really like get out of the zoo necessarily.
Shelly, we
Yeah,
done?
probably because of what Mercer was saying, where you like expect people to be at your level, and
Yeah.
they
Got,
probably don't understand you, and they're just deer in the headlights,
bro, you got to
and
Yeah.
drop it down, bro.
just smile and nod.
You learn anything from this session, just remember to drop your shit down. Not everybody is physics um, as intelligent as you. You got to drop it down into some basic words. Think of them as 3-year-olds, 5-year-olds. There we go, 5-year-olds, and then talk to them in that language. and you will be way more effective with people. If you talk
Do
to
you
them
think
like at your level, they're like, oh, because bro,
do you think Elon Musk does that?
huh?
Do you think Elon Musk does that?
Hell no, he don't. He INTP. Ain't no damn way. The motherfuckers all have the same damn problem. Like, the same problems. Like, bro, that's why everybody think you guys are fucking like trying to blow up everybody or kill everybody or whatever. Because y'all like fucking talk to everybody. Like nobody knows what y'all talking about.
Yeah.
You know, no one, no one knows what the fuck y'all talking about. So like, oh, this guy's evil. It's like he's trying to. Bill Gates is doing this evil shit over there, and it's like because Bill Gates still has to learn that he got to dumb himself down to talk to regular people. Like you can't just be flying with, you know, all the information you got. We don't understand that. Okay, your vocabulary, your IQ, bro, you probably at least over 130, 140. You're at least 140, man. You're an INTP, fucking at least 140. I don't know what the test was fucking designed for you, motherfuckers. I think y'all made the test. You
Yeah,
know.
probably.
But Shelly, we done.
Yeah.
All right, man. We got you as an INTP, man. Very easy to see. Even though you like people would say like, oh, he made interest comments here and there that like you basically just wanted to like use people to get to your objective or your outcome, you know. But you see things from a systematic point of view. You're informative. You're clearly TI, TIFE, abstract, obviously systematic. Um, and outcome. You're very and pragmatic. You talked about I want a lot of control or autonomy. That was very important to you. And autonomy would go under the branch of pragmatic. So you even talked about worrying about your own future at one point. That was NI critic that came out. You said someone who's very similar to you was Bill Gates. That's another INTP. Um, I think you're doing absolutely amazing for yourself, man. I think you're very ambitious for an INTP, so that's fucking good. And that's gonna go good in your belt. The only thing I would say is remember to dumb yourself down that everybody's not on the same intelligence level as you, and that you got to get better with people.
Yeah,
You
for
got to, you got
sure.
you got to work on them. Like you got to work on those people skills. And Christian actually said one of the best things that you could do for FE inferior is just to be around more people. Because being around more people, you take on more of their like feelings and stuff like that. So a lot of your goals might change if you're around people, man. A lot of your goals because you might say, you know what, I want to make this better for my people or like my friends or whatever. Um, right now, you kind of like, I just want to make it world better for the overall impact. I mean, the overall outcome or whatever for everybody. But you might decide, hey, you know, I feel as though I want to solve the crisis in Flint, Michigan. I don't know if you know about Flint, Michigan, but you know the lead.
Yeah.
You know, you might get attached to something like that. Um, so I mean, I would highly recommend that. Any questions for us, man?
Um, is the inferior actually the weakest function?
Inferior?
Yeah,
No, trickster is by far
trickster.
trickster. So that'd be SE for you. Like being in the moment, like you talked about, like you can't be in the moment and stuff like that. Obviously,
Yeah,
you can't because you got SE trickster, man. You're like almost oblivious to it.
yeah,
Like
definitely.
for instance, I have an INTP and I was telling Shelly about it. Like her car is fucking so fucking dirty on the outside that her neighbor washed it for her. And I'm looking at her like, there's some SE trickster shit here, man. You know, like you some fucking SE trickster. She's like, oh, it doesn't really matter to me. And she thinks it's kind of funny. I'm like, I ain't fucking laughing. It's an SE trickster, but it's like SE trickster. Like, she's not in reality at all, you know. Um, so the seven function is by far the weakest. Yeah.
What about Enneagram? My Enneagram.
I would say you seem like a five, man, but because INTPs generally just sit at five, usually speaking.
Yeah,
They're just gonna
Five,
sit
five,
at five.
six.
Huh? Five
I
W6,
said,
yeah. Go for it, Shelley.
got a horse land and library so he can go self isolate himself.
Definitely, yeah, man. You gonna keep yourself isolated in his libraries. Oh man, it's hilarious, man. That was hilarious. But yeah, man, it was a pleasure, man. Any questions?
Um, what about the instinct? Like what type of five do you think?
Woo, instinct here. So, um, man, I would probably say that you seem to be self-preserving, man. SP. Because you're not really big on friends or whatever, bro. You're just like I just deal with people when I need to. You're just trying to self-preserve yourself. You're not like social. Like we've had a social INTP on here. He's in the Discord, Jordan. Um, he's fucking so social that people think he's ENTP sometimes, but he's actually not INTP. Um, but yeah, a guy I'd say self-preserving, man. The technical INTP who kind of needs their alone time, man.
So what
Yeah.
would you test yourself as?
Um,
All of these things.
Mostly I get INTP actually. But I do notice like a lot of people. So when I'm in Discord, essentially, um, people that I talk to one on one through Discord often say that I have pretty obvious NI, or like that's what they usually tend to say. Like the NI is pretty
Mhm.
apparent when I communicate. But I usually get INTP. I've only really considered NTs
Hmm.
and infj, and that's pretty much it. But INTP has been like the number one. If I were to like take all of the data
Hmm.
and add it up, yeah, definitely INTP was the most common
Yeah,
and definitely the most stereotypical for me.
yeah. And it's
What do you
funny that
score in
you.
any?
I found
On
it's funny that he. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Would I score on what?
For
Yeah.
Enneagram? Like, what did you get for yourself?
Um, Usually like 5W4 or 5W6.
Hmm.
But yeah, usually five.
Yeah, yeah. I found it funny that damn, I just forgot what I was gonna say. Fuck, man, we just went crazy. I just lost it. I forgot what I was gonna say. Shelly, spark my memory. God damn it, I don't remember what I was gonna say. It's gone. It's
Can't
fucking
even
gone.
spark my own memory.
It's fucking gone. Like I had it, and that's why I feel like I have to say shit when it comes to me because I'm
Yeah.
gonna fucking forget it.
Mhm.
It's fucking
Yeah.
terrible.
I have that same issue.
God damn it. That was a good point too. God damn it.
So,
Oh, that he liked what he thought was ESTPs. It was actually ENTJs. I found that to be funny because INTPs they love them some ENTJs, man. They love them some ENTJs. Just I don't know.
Um, why do you think that is though? Like because
Because it's your shadow, man. It's just, like if you notice ENTJs love INTPs, like it's like naturally, I think they want to be each other because like the ENTJ want to be seen as the smartest person, right? And the INTP is the smartest person, and the INTP wants to be more like the ENTJ who gets things done and
yeah.
being out there. So it's like it's the shadow though, the shadow. Um, I mean, I would love to be the smartest person. That's my overall goal. That's what motivates me a lot of the times. But I can't hold a candle to an INTP. I want to choke them. Ask me why again, motherfucker. Ask me why again. Yeah, ask me why again. She always asks me why. She drives me crazy. Like, why? I'm like, I will kill you. Ask me why again. But Shelly, how do you feel about them? You have an INTP son?
I don't know. What do you mean? How do I feel about INTPs?
Yeah.
Um, well, they can talk a lot about things that they're interested in. Like my son driving me nuts about anime, and then being like trying to like dissect these characters and like tell me all about like where like their origin stories, and I'm like, I don't care. But I try to be nice and not hurt his feelings. But yeah,
Yeah.
so they can get on that. I mean, like Mercer was saying, like I don't know, to dumb yourself down, but I don't know that I would do that for everybody.
You got to. If you
Because
want to be
I would get
effective,
really annoyed at somebody.
if you want to be effective and you want to get
Yeah.
shit done and you want to get people on the same board as you got to drop it down a peg. You got to drop it down a peg. You got to know what room you're in and you got to know how you got to talk.
Hey, know your audience, then.
Yeah, know your fucking audience. Don't put people to sleep. Like I'm telling you, I know when I'm typing an INTP celebrity because they put me to sleep. So, oh shit, man, I'm getting fucking tired, boy. Woo! Through the joy beats come on, I'm like, oh shit. You know, like, oh shit, man, I dozed off for 10 minutes. But yeah, man, it's been, what's your name, by the way?
Mac, like
Mac.
MACK. Yeah.
Well, man, it's been an absolute pleasure, man. I'm glad you got on here, man. And I'll see you in the Discord, man.
All right. Yeah. Thanks.
All right, brother.
All right.
Bye.
See
See
you in a
you.
bit,
Bye.
Shelly.